Hey everybody, it is January 24th, 2009. I'm Sonic Suns, and my hair is probably pretty messy here, but I don't really care. If you've followed me for any amount of time, you've probably heard me mention the fact that I've got a lot of creative things I'd like to pursue. A lot of stories that I dearly want to tell. And you've probably heard something about how stress, particularly high school, has really messed with me in that regard. How college has been easier. How I'm still been trying to figure out how to pursue all my various dreams. For a while, I had more of an immediate physical trouble with that. I had incredible stress disorder. I had dizziness, heart palpitations, and the like. And so that made it hard to physically do much of anything. Spent most of my time just lying down. And a lot of time going over all my various painful memories and emotions. Well, stress disorder, knock on wood, has basically subsided, like 90% gone or something, I don't know. But you never know, it jumps up here and there. But basically, day to day, I don't think about it much more, which a year or two ago, I thought about it a lot, because it was screwing with my head all the time. And as I said, college is easier than high school, so I don't have a huge trouble of a whole lot of homework preventing me from doing stuff. I have homework, but I get through it. You know? The biggest obstacles are all in my heart, in the emotions, the deepening emotions. I've spoken before of Neros, a term I invented to mean that sort of a thing which is sort of like ignorance, sort of like apathy. It's just sort of a general feeling or impulse to do nothing with oneself. Neros is very subtle, very insidious, very good at staying hidden. You might almost say Neros is like a hidden fear. You tend away from a certain activity. In terms of fear, at least you know you're afraid. Neros, half the time anyway, you don't really know. You're not aware of it. Neros can be like this darkness that just eats away at your time and your efforts. This cloud of doubt and various things. And of course, all these things are linked to each other. Close relatives, fear and Neros, and doubt, and feelings of shame, anger even. I've speculated before, many times, that I could do more in terms of my creativity. And I've had the impulse to sort of force myself to do it. As I would force myself to do my homework in days past. And that, I felt, was a wrongful instinct. My greatest fears, really, is that I will do what I love in such a way that I hate it. And I lose the love. Also, often in school, progress was much the same as pain. If you were getting ahead on your assignments, it was because it was, shall we say, linked together with the pain required to get through it. All the effort, all the feeling that no one cared about what I loved. Starting sophomore year of high school, I kept these idea notebooks. They kept me alive, you know. They kept me sane. To a degree, anyway. Obviously, I've still had troubles. God almighty, I'm glad I had those. I was always writing, just random ideas, you see. For stories, or video games, or inventions, or I'd like scribble. Just do a scribble, and then like, okay, this scribble is now a new species, and here's an eyeball, and then I, invent stuff about it, and I found for myself 10 million times that there's a lot of potential out there. There's a lot of stuff I can do. Not just me specifically, anybody really, I believe. All humans have potential. And who knows what other stuff might be out there. That aliens. 10,000 times I found that I said to myself, wow, if I just invented this thing, and here comes the next thing, and the next, and then what? And so for the last few months, I've come with the expression, the idea that I seem to pursue things for a bit, but then I slowly, I put on like these mental breaks. There's this feeling of, oh, okay, you've had your creativity, okay, stop now. Like I've done with school. You could write a little, you could have a few notes, you could have but then, the teacher's saying something, and then you gotta do something about it, or you have an assignment to do. Or anybody, even outside of class, might be saying something, and then, you talk to them, whatever. And only a handful of times someone actually asked me what I was writing. And every time I'd be up for telling them as much as they were possibly willing to listen, which never seemed to be very much. So do I feel underappreciated? Yeah, I suppose so. It's not right to be, shall we say, jealous, except not being jealous of a particular person. The idea of being desiring popularity for its own sake, and that doesn't make sense. I don't know. I think it would have been nice for a few more people, or the entirety of society, to pay more attention to what I had to say. See, and then I fear that I'm just arrogant.